Heir to the Shadows, a Breaking Bad / RWBY crossover Chapter 1, The Fall and the Manor, RWBY Volume 4 Beginnings, The Fall of Beacon Shattered Remnant. Team RWBY scattered, Ruby Rose trekked to Haven with John, Nora, and Ren, Blake Belladonna fled to Menagerie, Yang Xiao Long healed in Patch, and Weiss Schnee, the 17-year-old heiress, turning 18 soon, to the Schnee Dust Company, was dragged back to Atlas by her father, Jacques Schnee. The Schnee Manor, a fortress of ice and ambition, suffocated Weiss. Jacques, in his pristine white suit, demanded compliance. "Forget Beacon," he snapped at dinner. "Your duty is here." Weiss, in her blue outfit, masked her longing for her team. Her brother Whitley smirked, coveting her heiress title, while Winter offered fleeting sympathy before military duties called. Weiss trained in secret, her rapier Murtnasta weaving glyphs in the manor's gym. Jacques' control tightened, galas, scripted interviews glorifying the Schnee Dust monopoly. Whispers of Faunus exploitation and ties to Salem's agents gnawed at her. At a charity concert, Weiss, now 18, sang a haunting aria in a flowing gown. A guest's slurs about Beacon and Faunus ignited her fury. "You know nothing of our losses," she snapped, her semblance summoning a Barbadesque that wrecked the venue. Jacques, enraged, slapped her in private. "You're a disgrace." He stripped her heiress title, giving it to Whitley, and confined her to her room. Alone, Weiss summoned the Armagigas, a spectral night. She fought it with glyphs and Murtnasta, shattering her mirror and her family's chains. Klein, the butler, aided her escape. "Find your path, Miss Schnee." In her blue outfit, Weiss fled through Atlas's snowy streets toward a Mistral-bound cargo ship, her scroll clutched tightly, her only link to Ruby and her team. Chapter 2, The Interdimensional Deal and Jesse's Betrayal. Jacques, fearing Weiss's escape would expose Schnee corruption and his Salem ties, activated a stolen Atlas portal device. He contacted Walter White, Albuquerque's meth kingpin, offering unlimited dust to handle Weiss. "Stage a kidnapping," Jacques instructed. "Break her or eliminate her. Keep my name clean." Walter, seeing dust as a super ingredient for his empire, agreed. He roped in Jesse Pinkman, his conflicted partner. "One job, Jesse. We're set." But Jesse, sick of Walter's murders and moral decay, had been snitching to DEA agent Hank Schrader since their last cook. "Mr. White's kidnapping a girl in some fantasy world," Jesse whispered via burner phone. "I'll get proof." In Atlas's warehouse district, Weiss hurried toward the docks, scroll in hand. She dialed Ruby's number, hearing Weiss, before Walter lunged, snatching the scroll and crushing it under his boot. "No calls," he growled. Chloroform silenced her, Murtnasta fell. Jesse pocketed a dust vial as evidence, texting Hank, "Got her. Jacques is behind it. He told us her route, her scroll habits." Chapter 3, The Kidnapping and the Coin Flip. Weiss awoke tied to a chair in a basement, her blue outfit rumpled. Walter, 50s, bald, glasses glinting, loomed. "Your father orchestrated this," he said. "Told us your every move, your escape, your scroll, your plans." "Liar." Weiss spat, the loss of her scroll her lifeline to Ruby cutting deep. Jesse, pacing, muttered, "This is whack, yo." He'd sent Hank the portal's coordinates, describing the Ice Princess and Walter's plan, including Jacques' detailed instructions. Walter proposed a coin flip to decide who'd handle Weiss's compliance. "Heads, I do it," he said coldly. The quarter spun. Heads. Walter's forced kiss was possessive, violating, Weiss's protests muffled. "You'll pay," she vowed, her mind clinging to Ruby's voice. Jesse, sickened, texted Hank, he kissed her. Jacques paid for this sick game. Chapter 4, 2 months of captivity and the first nightmare. 2 months dragged on. Weiss, chained to a cot, her aura dampened by Walter's device, endured his dust meth experiments. The broken scroll haunted her Ruby's voice of fading memory. Jesse's guilt grew, he slipped her food, whispering, "I'm sorry." Hank, in Albuquerque, traced dust crystals flooding the streets to the portal, building a case with Jesse's tips. Weiss spotted a camera, its lens angled under her skirt. "Sick," she hissed. Walter shrugged, Jacques wanted leverage. Jesse sent Hank photos, "He's filming her. Her dad's in deep." One night, exhaustion pulled Weiss into a nightmare. Jacques entered with Walter. "She's a liability," Jacques said. "And your partner's weak." Walter turned to Jesse, who'd followed, unaware. "You're done, Jesse." He raised his M60 machine gun, the weapon of his Albuquerque finale. A burst tore through Jesse, his body crumpling, blood pooling. Jacques stepped over him, cold. "Now her." Walter aimed at Weiss, chained and helpless. "For the Schnee name," Jacques said. The M60 roared. Weiss woke, gasping, heart pounding. The basement was silent, Jesse alive, tinkering with vials. The nightmare's blood fueled her resolve. She weakened the dampener with microglyphs, whispering Ruby's name. Chapter 5, the staged breaking and entering. Weeks later, Weiss stirred to crashes, glass shattering, wood splintering. Walter and Jesse burst in, masked, guns drawn. "We're moving you," Walter barked. In the van, Weiss overheard, Jacques had escalated. "Stage a break-in," he told them via portal, providing warehouse layouts and security details. "Bandits take her, dump her in grim lands." Jesse, snitching, sent Hank audio, "Jacques wants her dead." Staged as a robbery. Weiss summoned a glyph, shattering her cuffs. Murtnaster flew to her hand. Ice froze the van, crashing it. She disarmed Walter, pinned Jesse. "Tell my father his heiress is done," she declared, vanishing into the snow toward Mistral. Jesse, shaken, sent Hank a final message, "She's free." Jacques ordered murder. "Bust them." Chapter 6, A New Nightmare in Argus, RWBY Volume 6, Episode 6, months later, in Argus during Volume 6's Seeing Red, Team RWBY faced Cordovan's Atlas base to secure an airship. After a tense day, Cordovan's mech looming, Adam Torres stalking Blake Weiss collapsed into uneasy sleep in their safe house. The trauma of her captivity resurfaced, twisting into a new nightmare, darker and bloodier than before. In the dream, she was back in the Atlas basement, chained to the cot. But Walter was gone. Instead, Hector Salamanca sat in his wheelchair, bell ringing ominously. Flanking him were Tuco Salamanca, wild-eyed and twitching, Gus Fring, calm and lethal, Roman Torchwick, twirling his cane, Neo, silent with a sadistic smirk, and the Salamanca twins, axes gleaming. Bound beside Weiss were Ruby, Blake, and Saul Goodman, the sleazy lawyer from Walter's world, his suit disheveled. Hector's bell dinged. "The Schnee girl," he rasped, voice rough from his stroke. "Too much trouble." Tuco laughed, manic. "Let's do 'em all." Gus nodded, his gaze cold. "Clean. Efficient." Roman tipped his hat. Jacques paid top lean for this show. Saul, sweating, pleaded, Whoa, fellas, I'm just a fucking lawyer." The twins advanced, axes raised. Ruby struggled, silver eyes flashing. "Weiss, we'll get out of this." Blake hissed, pulling at her bonds. Hector's bell rang again. "The snitch first." Tuco grabbed Saul, firing his pistol into his chest. Saul crumpled, blood staining his tie. Ruby screamed, Blake roared, but the twins silenced them, axes swinging, blood spraying. Weiss, frozen, watched her friends fall. Neo stepped forward, mute but gleeful. Tuco handed her his pistol, grinning. You get the honor, kid. Neo aimed at Weiss's heart, her pink and brown eyes glinting. The gunshot echoed. Weiss jolted awake, gasping, in the Argus safe house. The fire crackled, Ruby and Blake asleep nearby, alive. Her heart raced, the nightmare's carnage vivid. Neo, Roman, the Salamanca crew villains from both worlds, conjured by her trauma and fear of Jacques' reach. Chapter 7, Confession by the Fire, RWBY Volume 6, Episode 5, The previous night, in Volume 6's The Coming Storm, Weiss had confided in Ruby by the safe house fire. Volume 4 Father's Control, The Gala, Disinheritance, The Night Fight, Escape. I tried to call you, Ruby, but Walter grabbed my scroll before I could say more. Then he kidnapped me, on Father's orders. The coin flip, the kiss, 2 months chained, that camera under my skirt. The nightmare Father and Walter shot Jesse, then aimed a machine gun at me. Then waking to their staged breaking and entering to kill me in grim lands. Ruby hugged her. You're with us now. We'll stop them all. Your dad, Walter, Salem. Now, after the new nightmare, Weiss kept it to herself, the image of Neo's gun and her friend's deaths too raw. She clutched Murtnaster, vowing to protect her team. Epilogue, Worlds unraveled in Albuquerque. Hank raided the portal with Jesse's evidence, arresting Jacques' remnant contacts and seizing dust. Jesse, turning state's witness, exposed Walter and Jacques. Walter vanished through the rift. Jacques' empire collapsed under scandal. In Remnant, Weiss fought with RWBY, her scars forging strength. The Scroll's loss, Jesse's snitching, and the nightmare's Jesse's death, her team's slaughter faded, but her resolve shone. Across worlds, light pierced the shadows.